Hey guys, time for a random Dragon Ball Fighter Z video out of nowhere. I made one video about this before, but I think I guess I'll make it again since I'm kind of thinking about the game, since I was kind of hoping they were going to announce a new balance patch or something for something to do in the game, but alas, no real announcement. But something I wanted to talk about that I've thought about again is, what would the game have been like if some of the original ideas that were in the beta would have made the final version of the game? And you can leave your comment if you want to comment as well. This isn't going to be an extensive list, but I'll talk about a few things that I think would have been interesting. Not necessarily better, but interesting. And again, leave your comment. I don't respond to everybody, but I do read everybody. So one of the original things is, which I think is funny, is if you recall, and you can go look it up, where does most of this shit in the game come from? It's from me, big, small, foundational wise. Most of the shit in the game is completely from me. It's ridiculous. But one of the funny things about this game is, and I say it's a correlation doesn't equal causation thing, is auto combos get complained about a lot in this game. People hate auto combos, and I always say that is a correlation doesn't equal causation in this thing. Go watch those videos. But if you recall, when this game first was coming out, I actually did say that auto combos were going to be too good and people were going to bitch and complain about it, but I said for a different reason. So in the very original versions of this game that didn't make it to the final version of the game, auto combos, you could always dynamic them. And people probably don't remember, when you ever did a dynamic, auto combos automatically gave you a super when it said dynamic. Do you guys remember that? And so the thing was, I was like, dude, auto combos are going to be way too good, especially for a character. Yeah, and you have to recall, because I showed it in one of my original videos as well. When the final version of the game got released, the only character that could then loop dynamics, I don't know why they forgot to do it with Trunks, but Trunks could still loop dynamics. It would always say dynamic over and over again whenever he did his auto combo. Now, it didn't always build him meter over and over to do again over and over and over, and it didn't give him a Dragon Ball each time. But that is something very bizarre that was in a number of the betas before they finally got rid of it. Isn't that fucking crazy? And people said I was crazy back then. They're like, oh no, this would never work. Auto combos aren't that good. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, you can loop dynamics. And look at this. This is going to be fucking broken. And this is just mashing a button. And then if you're ever not in range, since you always get a super, whenever you do, it gives you a free super automatically. They're just going to vanish and they're going to do it again. You're going to be getting multiple Dragon Balls each fucking time. And people said I was crazy. And I just think that's funny, because now, think about how much people would really complain about auto combos now that the final game is how it is. But again, eventually the final version of the game came out, and the only character who could loop dynamics was Trunks, which they then finally removed later on, which maybe they forgot it. And it didn't keep building you an infinite amount of meter the whole time you did it, and it didn't keep giving you Dragon Balls. But that's an interesting change. Another change that I'm not saying they should put that in, because I do think that would have been broken, so I don't think that should have been in. But another change that I've always said is stupid is you used to be able to mash lights as many times as you wanted. I don't know why they got rid of that. That is a retarded change that they got rid of. Now you can only do it twice. Really, really retarded change that they got rid of that. So fucking stupid. Another change that they got rid of that I do think is stupid, though. So back in the original versions of the game, when you did a multiple hit attack in the air, you could tag out. Like so. See, it doesn't work. Let's try it again. Oh, sorry. I don't even think did I hit the medium? I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I played, sorry. Yeah, see, it doesn't work, yeah. So what would happen is, it was like, all right, where's my Vegito here? So obviously, you can do this till now and it keeps staying on the screen. But in the original versions of the beta of the game, they were showing that even jump normals and all that kind of stuff did that. Now, of course, you do have stuff like, what is it like? You know, I can do shit like that. It still works with Fireball. You know what I mean? The whole Fireball comes out, whatever, but you can tag like that. But in the original version of the game, there was more synergy with multiple hitting attacks. And I think that's really disappointing that they got rid of that, because I imagine that you know, a tag team game should not be discouraging synergy between its characters. And it's even more bizarre that it still works on ground normals. So that's very weird. And I remember I was like, oh, that's going to be really good. That actually add to some synergy. And then the final version of the game came out, and I was like, oh, they took it away. And you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, look at characters like Frieza that have a double hitting normal, Krillin, who else do they have? I'm trying to think. Piccolo, all that kind of stuff. They'll be able to they have good synergy, right? And they took it out, and of course they took away the synergy with Piccolo's Hell Zone grenade as well. They really kind of started picking and choosing the synergy, and I really think that's disappointing that they took that out of the final version of the game. Piccolo used to be Hell Zone grenade, you could take it out. And then even more bizarre, like I said, the most bizarre thing is that it's still in for ground normals, which is really fucking weird. So I was very disappointed that they got rid of a lot of the synergy with moves, and very disappointing they got rid of that. That's definitely a change that I think should have stayed in the game. Another thing that was in earlier versions of the game that was a bug, and they should have saw that it was a bug, and this is something I've talked about in many videos because it's fucking awesome. And you know, there's this idea that, you know, combos weren't originally in Street Fighter 2, which I think is a little bit of I believe it, but I think it's a bit of a fairy tale kind of if you look at it, because I think I don't think it actually just straight came to arcades and they'd never seen a combo before. I think they probably found it in testing and then they tweaked it, because if you look at the way combos work, it doesn't totally make sense, I don't think. It's a little too serendipitous for that to be like it is in the final version. So I would assume that the fairy tale that they tell is a little bit misleading, and they actually found combos while they were testing and then they filled with it. But anyway, moving on though, there was a bug in one of the earlier versions of the game where if there was a move that was able to hit twice, say something like that, you could cancel the first hit, and then when the second hit, you would have been able to cancel it again. So basically the idea is, in like a character could do, a character like Cell, or where's, oh, I forgot I'm first player. But let's just do Krillin, fuck it. So if Krillin was like this, and, oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, I did it again, shit. Boom. So basically, imagine Krillin is doing a fireball there. He canceled the first hit of the fireball, but then after the second hit hits, then he could cancel the Kamehameha with another Kamehameha, or be able to do this, whatever it might be. So I could be like, and then imagine a fireball hit, and you could like cancel the special move, because you could, do you see what I'm getting at? Hopefully you do. Obviously I don't have a video of it offhand, but, and then imagine you could just cancel that with that. So you could do like 2 special moves in a row. I don't remember if you could homing dash, but let's say you could homing dash. Can you imagine how fucking crazy that would be for characters like this? Like, what a crazy mix-up. And then he cancels it with the guy's blocking. Crazy shit mix-up like that. He's about to go over here. Imagine you canceled it really slow, because the fireball's really slow. Oh, wait, so if I do something like, or what would be, I'm trying to think of like weird wacky shit. Oh, imagine then it hit like that, and then I canceled that Kamehameha right there, the guy blocked it, and then I came down like this, whatever. What a fun thing that they could have kept in the game. A fun bug that I don't think would have broken the game. And it would have added so much weird shit. Especially because, you know, Krillin gets talked shit about a lot. And, you know, one of the things about Krillin, I think, is he kind of feels like they just started Mugenifying him, and, you know, in these later versions, because people said he sucked. I actually think Krillin, just in the first version of this game, was really interesting. But, you know, so many things were toned down. Like, you couldn't combo off a solar flare anymore like the betas. All this other kind of shit. And, like, this kind of shit, or what does he have like this in this version of the game? It just looks like a Mugen thing. Why don't you just have it like in the beta? If it hit, he could combo after it, like a Link. Come on. Anyway, but you know what I mean? Imagine like if there was like bugs in this game, and not everyone can use the bug, and that's okay. Not everyone has to have like a move in their arsenal that can use it, but a character like Krillin, so many crazy things you could do like that. Imagine if a character like Goku Black, I often use Goku Black as an example. Goku Black's Ki Blast. Imagine if when you hit with the slash or this fireball up close, it hit the guy and then the fireball still came out. So it's a 2 hitting special. So Goku Black could get weird mix-ups off that kind of shit then too, because you get the double cancel. He could do that, he could teleport, and then the fireball hits the second later, then he teleports again, whatever the fuck it is. What a fun bug to get rid of. Oh, I'm trying to think. I had some other ideas that, you know, you're thinking about the beta. What would have changed? Of course, you know, there's lots of different things. You could always smash, or when you vanished, it would always smash, even if it wasn't a combo. Oh, yeah, something else from earlier games, too. And this is something, too, and you can go look it up. In the Evo build, if you combo to Dragon Rush like that, the guy still popped up. And so it was made even better because, you know, vanishes always smash no matter what, even if it wasn't a combo. So whenever you did a long combo, could have been whatever, right? Fuck my titties, boom. Then if you smash again or you Dragon Rush, the guy would then fly up again and you do another combo. And the funny thing is, since Vanish always smashed, I was like, dude, what is there to stop people from just vanishing and always doing Dragon Rush? And go look it up. Go look at all these posts, dude. Where the it doesn't matter. Sometimes I think, how much shit in this game is not originally from me? It's incredible that so many content creators literally have jobs now because of me. Because we know you guys haven't fucking done shit. And I posted during that Evo build, I'm like, someone needs to go try this. And I'm like, you can just I'm sure you can just Dragon Rush and homing dash over and over again. If people are like, no, that would never work. That is too obvious. That is simple. And I'm like, you never thought of that though? Did you ever? And they're like, well, no, we didn't think about that because there's no way they would have allowed it, which is basically their idea of saying, oh, no, we're an idiot. And I remember Evo was what? Evo was a week or some shit? Or is Evo like 3-4 days? I'm like, dude, go try it. You have 4 days of playing this game for free. I can tell what works in this game. And people are like, no, that would never work. Then there was a beta later, like a month after that. Do you remember? And what was every goddamn fucking combo video people were doing? They actually tried it. And they're like, oh, wow, you really can just Dragon Rush combo after Vanish over and over and over again. And then, boy, that didn't make it to the next beta for sure. And I think that I wouldn't mind actually having that in the game again. I think, you know what I mean? If you give it a good damage buffer, you know what I mean? I think that maybe when the guy is sparking, maybe another buff when the guy is sparking. When the guy is sparking and you do this shit, you know what I mean? Sorry, if the guy is sparking, maybe when the guy is, I keep holding it in, it's been too long since I've turned this game on, but you get the idea. Maybe when the game is sparking and that happens and the guy Dragon Rushes, you get another combo. It takes so long on the clock anyway. I don't think it would be broken. I think it would be kind of fun. I think you could still add that in, and I think it actually kind of adds to the idea of characters like flying, kind of. So I think it's a little bit Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of fun. You know, really, there were so many different things in the beta. Different ways moves smashed, moves had different properties. But, oh, and the final thing I think is reflecting, right? Which was something, too, that probably would have had a potential drastic effect on the meta of the game. Is when the game was first coming out. So if I were to do, what is this? Or shit, what am I doing? Again, it's been a while since I've turned this game on. Okay, so when you reflect or whatever, you know, it's not exact. Reflecting is instant, but when you change it, the only thing that is instant after you reflect is, so if I do, sorry. You know what I mean? So I was mashing jab there, right? So you don't automatically cancel or reflect with a move or jump, whatever it is, but you can cancel reflect into reflect, whatever. But in the very earlier versions of the game, apparently, reflect was cancelable with anything. So it was almost like a ghetto fucking mind game. Because if you reflected, I could just jump. I could do anything. I could automatically hit. Reflecting to reflecting is the only thing that's instant now. But before, apparently, you could just do anything. And I remember I was posting shit because in the very earlier versions of the game, if you recall, I don't have him on the team, but assists like Vegeta's assists were very popular because they locked you down. And I was like, yeah, but if it's a fireball, you can just reflect out of it automatically, right? And then because reflecting is instant and you just kept on reflecting even with one reflect, and you just kind of your guy just kind of got stuck there, and then until you decided to move, you know what I mean, you weren't hittable. And I'm like, dude, like, you guys are saying Vegeta's assist is really good right now, but from what you guys are also saying about how reflecting works, this is actually kind of a fucking ghetto mind game, because if Vegeta puts you in a reflect, a state where you can reflect, you have technically made your character invincible. You can't be thrown. I don't need to keep canceling with reflect because my guy is just stuck reflecting. And I can instantly cancel with a jump. I can instantly cancel with an attack, anything like that. And so can you imagine, like, Vegeta's assist maybe at a low level is very good, but now it's actually, if I'm blocking this, I just reflected once, and now if Vegeta comes in, am I going to jump away? Am I going to do whatever? Because apparently I'm invincible until I pick my next action, period. It's not just like reflect in this game until the thing is over. I just reflect once, and I could jump out of it anytime, dash back, I could start to attack. It's instant, right? So it wasn't like, so if I say, like, so that, see, I can't, I'm holding up right there, right? An example. I'm trying to hold up, it's not working, right? So this, I have to reflect it twice. You know what I mean? But before, I could be like, you know, it doesn't work. But before, you could do any of that kind of stuff, apparently. So that would have been interesting if that stayed like that, right? Because that would make reflecting better, right? And again, there's so many changes, and like I said, there's even supers that actually had startup invincibility. Oh my god, insane! More moves had startup invincibility, like supers. There's lots of different moves got changed properties. Smashing worked a little bit different, but I feel like those are the main things that stuck out to me about the beta versions of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it would be interesting if they made the final version of the game. Not that everything should. Not that everything should, because again, look at that auto combo thing. People were telling me I was crazy when I was saying that auto combos were too good in this game. And now people, like I said, I don't agree now. Now it's a correlation doesn't equal causation thing, but can you imagine if auto combos stayed the way they were, that every time you did a dynamic, it automatically gave you a Dragon Ball, automatically gave you a super, and then you could keep doing it the whole fucking round? And that is fucking crazy, dude. And people were like, that would never work. And then when I showed it work, they were like, oh no, it's still not that good. Holy shit. Can you fucking believe that, dude? Anyway, random Dragon Ball FighterZ video because I haven't made one in a while.